Loudon County, Virginia, not too far from the city of Bluemont, and it's the Max Super Retriever Series. We've got some great competition on the way today. Our last semifinal hopefuls trying to make it into the finals in our retriever dog competition. Leading the way, Scott Baldwin and his dog Jesse. Also right up there, Donna Freeman and Gracie. The bubble team, the team on the cut line, that's J. Paul Jackson, and the dog is Chief. Also, we got some of the greatest big air dog performers in the country. A strong field here, and we're ready. Believe it or not, we started with 60 dog and handler teams in our big air competition presented by Ducks Unlimited. Now we are down to the final 6, and what a field we have put together. This is strong company. You have to be able to jump 22 feet or better to make it into this finals. 6 teams are ready to go, including Dax and Terry Alexander there. And of course the leaders, the team on top as we head in with the best jump in the qualifying, Mike Jackson and Little Morgan. Going to crank it up. First team to the line, John Stapleton and his dog Nutmeg. They come over here from New Jersey. Not as well known as some of the big names we have here, but boy, they have been strong, solid all the way through this competition. Put up a jump of 22.10 to make it into this thing.
For a team that is new, a rookie, so to speak, very technically sound. Boom, nice throw. Looked like she didn't give up much at the dock. Great job.
A lot of speed, and you were right. That throw was as near perfect as we have seen all through the competition, just right in front of the dog's face during the whole thing. And the distance, 22 feet 3 inches. See what the paw cam tells us.
Gave up a foot maybe a little over, but pretty nice work.
One more look at this explosive jump from Nutmeg right there. Again, you got to be 22 feet or better to hang with this crowd. And again, we are measuring from the point at which the base of the tail enters the water. Good effort to open things up in this final round. If you like the big air on our Super Retriever Series, you know this team here. They've been around for a while. Terry Alexander and the dog is Dax. And Justin, we should say, we've had about 2 days of rain here. Everyone looks muddy. It's just that these folks have to be on camera. But what an
nice
effort.
Jump. Very nice jump. Big height, almost a vertical entry. Somebody even made the description of a Greg Louganis type thing a while ago.
A great effort, though not as good as Nutmeg, a distance of 21 feet and 3 inches. So as we got 2 teams down, 4 more to go in our finals, we'll wrap it up here for the moment at our Ducks Unlimited Big Air competition and head on over to the retriever trials up to the line. It's Dana Giovanello and his dog Wendy.
The Sport Dog Virtual course looks just like this. Mark 1 comes out at 228 yards. There's some glare there, very difficult to see that mark. Swing left for Mark 2 at 160. Big swing to the left even further. Mark 3's at 104. Gotta pinpoint those things. Mark 4, load 3 times, shoot it 3 times. 16 yards in your face. This blind is serious business. Chris Aiken went out on it. A number of dogs have had very difficult times with it. The Italian Stallion.
Dana Giovanello looking for a score better than 54. That is our cut line now, occupied by J. Paul Jackson and Chief.
Super marking dog, great handling dog, holds the Great Outdoor Games record for 2 points at the 03 GOG.
Right here.
Nice work right here. You know, Dana's really taking care of his end of the deal. Made sure she saw that mark by sticking that barrel out there and really emphasizing where that mark's falling.
The fewest number of faults is the best score. The major faults are 5 points. The minor ones are 2.
Looks like she's seen everything fall. I don't know about that right-hand bird, that long right-hand bird. With that glare, it's made it a lot more difficult than I promised the judges wanted it to.
Dana and Wendy here from Cabot, Arkansas.
Left-hand bird here. She had a good look at it. This is the one he actually dropped the barrel on.
Our Sport Dog Team of the Year. Dana and Wendy are in the competition. Of course, up to $10,000 for the winner.
Come on, Wendy, dig that one out.
What I've been telling Wendy with these new events that we've been going into, I've been trying to teach her that there's a long bird out there. And when I mean a long bird, I'm talking 300, 400 yards. So she's thinking long, she's looking long.
You got a long bird. Remember that long bird? Huh? Here. Wait. Remember that long bird? Here. Sit. That long bird. That long bird's right there. Good.
Wendy! I want to emphasize that, you know, she's got to go. She's got to go this distance. So when I look at a bird out there that I know where it's at and she doesn't, I'm telling her, I said, there's a bird out there. I'm there. There's a long bird out there.
Over. Looking good on points up to this point, but this is the point where most of the teams have run into trouble.
And you know the wind's picked up a little bit. It's in Dana's face right here. I'm hoping he doesn't have to blow a whole lot of whistles. She's right there. She's just oh, whistle refusal. I tell you, you got an 8-year-old dog who's been hunted a bunch, a lot of gunfire around her. That hearing starts to go when they get about 8 or 9 years old. Came up with it, but it cost him a ton, roughly 35 points just to pick up that bird. He's got to have an unbelievable blind here to stay in it.
Your blind work, your pattern work out in those fields, that gets them to go straight. You got to have a dog in this game that can go straight for a long ways because whistles count. You're having every 50 yards, bump a dog here and there, you're just racking up a bunch of points. Where if you can line a dog up and say, right there is where I want you to go, they got to trust you.
Keep an eye on those faults. If they don't get in under 54, they're out.
Great shot there showing exactly what the dog's seeing as we get another whistle refusal there. I know Wendy's not hearing those whistles, and that's going to cost him. Got to stop her here, left back. Kind of punch her into those woods. It doesn't seem natural. It's not something that retrievers or trainers do a lot. They seem real uneasy going in those woods.
All right, she's got it, and just in time, 49 faults. So this team for now is the bubble team. They are in 5th place. As it stands right now, they've made the finals, but we've got some big names on the way, including Richard McDonald and Stacy West as our Retriever Series continues.
If you'll notice in these semifinals, it was very important for the dog to be able to swing and mark with the gun. The way you start that initially is use your knee. When you're standing up beside your dog for marks, if I move my leg this way, my dog should look that way. If I come back, she should move like that. And the same thing's incorporated with the shotgun. Very simply, you want to work on your here and your heel, okay? If I move the barrel this way, I give a here, here, here. And if I'm coming back to the left, heel, 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 like that. Doesn't take long, just a little bit of practice. You can be right here with the big boys.
Next team to the line trying to make it to the finals. This is Rhodey Best of Hutto, Texas, and his dog Jazz.
Here. She had a back injury last year, and we wanted to be here last year at this time. And because of the injury, she was recovering and we weren't able to make it. We were in El Campo, and I learned a lot from that. Coming in here, I think her weakness is control, just her ability to stay focused and stay controlled. She wants the birds, and she wants them now. And I think that shows in her time. She's one of the fastest dogs every time to pick up the birds. We didn't do as well as I thought we should have done in El Campo. I thought we were a lot better then. We ran an event a couple weeks ago, which I thought we should have done a lot better in, and we didn't. So I feel like I have something to prove today and do as good as I know we can do. And I think if we do as good as we can do, we'll finish high.
Rhodey, a professional trainer for 10 years, and Jazz, man, she sets her ears back and takes off. Now, what's the downside of having such a hard-charging dog like this?
You know, the only big downside, Tommy, is the injuries. I mean, you get these hard-charging, high-rolling, super-wheeled dogs, if you will. They're not concerned with anything that's in front of them. They want the bird. They want it now, just like Rhodey said, and they'll run over anything, go through anything, and because of that, you end up with a lot of injuries. So you couple that with all the desire and the speed that she has, and she's an emergency room visit waiting to happen.
Well, right now she's running over the rest of the field. Perfect. So far, no faults.
Flying. Super strong marking dog. I mean, she's a good handling dog, and she's probably a year or two away from being at her best, but once she gets there, everybody better watch out. Scoop that one up. Has that big blind. That's a savvy dog blind, and as fast as she is, I would have some serious concerns if I were Rhodey right here. She can get back in the back of those woods, and we may not see her till tomorrow.
Have some points to burn at this point. 49 again is the cut line. Got to get under 49 to make it to that 5-team final.
Pretty good initial line. Man, she is picking them up and putting them down on the blind. I mean, that's a blind. She doesn't even know where this bird is, and she's running that hard. Little scallop there. Got to get that little bit of an over here, kind of an angle back. Good place to be right there. Have some trouble here. Got to pull up on the range quick.
Nothing but minor faults so far, but that could change.
She's right there. You see the tree marked with the ribbons. That's telling the handlers where that blind is. The dogs are only seeing in shades of gray and white. They don't see that orange like we do. Right there. Bingo. Good job. Matter of fact, outstanding job.
Yes, as a matter of fact, the best job so far in the semifinal round. 18 faults for Rhodey Best and Jazz. We've been keeping track of the times it's taken to run this course.
Yes.
By far the fastest team as well.
Just wanted to finish, man. Just wanted to finish. At a dog. Woo!
Stick around, we have 2 more dog and handler teams left to go in the semifinal round here, and they are formidable teams as well. Stacy West and this man right here, Richard McDonald and his dog Spur. We've also got some tremendous competition. We're into the finals of the Big Air, so stay with us. Max Super Retriever Series continues from here at Great Country Farms, Loudon County, Virginia, fastest growing county in America. But our competition is tightening up. 2 teams left. This is Richard McDonald and Spur.
If I didn't want to win, I wouldn't be here. Would like to win. First priority is finishing in the top 3, and that would give me 2 dogs qualified for Hot Springs. And like I said, I would like to win. I wouldn't trade my dog for any of the 11 to run, so I feel confident in what he can do, and I've got confidence in my ability, so we'll see.
Richard McDonald credited with most of the training on Jerry Day's Super Sioux. Been playing the game a long time. He is a lot better dog trainer and handler than he is a duck caller, Tommy.
It's a pretty good deal. We're not scoring the duck calls for this team right here, but a lot of talent, as you say. And the number to beat, 47. That's 5th place currently, Steve, Eric, and Dory.
I think Spur has probably seen one of the first 3 marks down, so it's going to all the way. It's going to be on Richard's shoulders to get him through this thing. Had 7 seconds to load 3 shells. Supposed to empty the gun on it. Got it done.
Spur.
Fewest number of faults means the best score. Major faults are 5 points. Minors are 2.
Spur.
Sam, the dog that Richard mentioned earlier, qualified in El Campo, and Spur are owned by the same individual, Jane Doolittle. And she's got 2 awesome dogs. Handling on the 2nd mark here.
That is not good.
Nope, not a good way to start. Let's see if old Richard can pull him out.
Sit.
He's looking right that direction.
20 years a retriever trainer. 11 faults, though, on that 2nd bird.
You know, Spur looked out at the general area of the mark, but he's way right. He's ended up way right.
Over.
I don't think Spur believes Richard right now. He doesn't think that Richard knows where the bird is.
Clock.
Now he's way left of the bird.
Clock.
I hope he knows where this right-hand bird is and runs a very clean blind, or he's out of it.
They are rapidly running out of space anyway. 1 more fault and it's over. Yeah, that's a 48. They are done.
Spur.
Still got that long right-hand bird to pick up.
They run these for pride pretty much at this point.
Exactly. Just want to finish. You know, there is quite a bit of money at stake as well. The winner at the Super Retriever Series picks up $3,500. So where you finish in the top 12 is definitely important, depending on the size of the check you get.
They're also going for sport dog points, the overalls, over all 3 events.
Yeah, sport dogs come in and given $10,000 to be distributed among the top 6 teams. Things have sure changed in the retriever business the last 4 or 5 years.
El Campo, Texas, here in Loudon County, and the 3rd of the regular season events going to be held in Stuttgart, Arkansas.
The woods have really opened up. That sun has really gotten down in there and made this blind a whole lot easier.
Well, it was too late, though, for this team of Richard McDonald and Spur. They will not make the finals. Still the best score, Jazz and Rhodey Best with 18 faults. Get ready to head back to the Big Air competition. 60 teams, believe it or not, turned out. The level of talent has been super at this event in Loudon County. Some great teams, in fact, have not made it to the final go-around, including this team, Brett Olson and Raider. Mike McWilliams and Coco jumped 22 feet and didn't make it. And a special story, Zane Capon and this dog, Buddy.
I wanted to get a dog for companion. My dad was never around. I never had my mother. They got divorced when I was about 14, and I just decided I'm gonna go and get a dog. And I went out to the animal shelter, and as soon as I went in there, this one just caught my eye, and I said, this has gotta be the one. I lived in Livermore Falls before I moved to this group home. We lived there on a pond, Brent's Pond in Livermore, and we decided to go down and see if he'd jump, swim, and he loved to swim. I mean, being raised on a pond, he loved. So I jumped in one day, and he decided to jump in, almost laying on top of me, and that's where we started right there. He was jumping over people, like over my friends. They'd line up in the dock, and he'd jump over them, and then we'd start getting things. We'd move stuff out like the powder boat, so he'd clear that. He'd clear the powder boat. So I went to the local advertiser, small little paper, and I said, hey, I got a story. You think it'll go big? They're like, it might, And as soon as I went from that Livermore Falls advertiser, it went from the Sun Journal all the way to the Kennebec. It went to at least 7, 8 different papers, and people were calling me left and right, sending money. And I said, hey, maybe we can give this a try. So a week later, we were in Maryland. It took us not even knowing that we were going to go. We got in the truck and drove right to Maryland and competed there. So when I got here, it was kind of like Maryland. They had a pool too, and I kind of was really nervous about the whole thing. And yeah, he wouldn't jump. I mean, everybody got a laugh out of it when he jumped 5 feet off the ground into the pool, but he wouldn't jump, off the dock 2 feet into the water. So dogs have their own minds, You can't force him to do it. I never forced him to jump off the dock in Maine. If I would have pushed him in, he would have never done it. He would never, So it just takes time, practice, You can't rush things.
Well, Zane and Buddy getting a lot of support. You can bet they are going to stay after it. Here's a guy who's been staying after it in the big air game for a good number of years now. Tom Dropick, and a new dog for him. This is also Buddy.
A lot of strength, a lot of power, a lot of speed. Once this dog figures it out, Tom figures this dog out, they're going to be awesome.
Tom's technique is always flawless. His throws are really good. Buddy's got muscles everywhere on him, so you're right. He's going to bust a big one of these days. That jumped pretty good, 21 feet and 4 inches. Chris Piasu, we've seen him on the Super Retriever Series before, from Metairie, Louisiana, with his dog, Bo.
Tommy, these Louisiana guys are getting serious about this big air stuff.
Some great teams from down there in the Bayou State. Best jump of the competition, 22.10 for this team. But we are erasing, starting from scratch in this final round. That's a good one there.
Very good jump, not enough height. A little more height, this dog goes 24, 25 feet. Great throw, though. Technically superior. I mean, these guys got this stuff down. Maybe gave up 4 inches on the dock. Great stuff.
Chris Biasin with a lot of body English. Take a look at this to get that dog airborne. Didn't quite get it done. 22 feet, though, and 7 inches. It's going to be our best jump so far in the finals. They are capable of much better. And talk about capable of much better, your world record holder, Little Morgan, there he stands, handled by Mike Jackson.
If Morgan will take off at the end of the dock, he can do whatever he wants to do. He can jump out of the pool. Bang! Golly, that's an unbelievable amount of height. The throw was better. It was a good throw for Mike Jackson. But you know what? That's unbelievable. I mean, that's serious torque up there.
He gave away so much of that dock
Look
right there. There's how much. Over a yard's worth of dock he gave up. So you have to sit down and you have to do the math. Let's take a look at the jump from this angle here. He leaves 4 feet early. Now take a look at the landing, 22 feet 6 inches. Simple math tells you that one would have tied his world record of 26.6. But as it is, a 22.6 and second place for Mike Jackson and Morgan. Chris Piasun and Bo in the lead. One more team with a shot at our finals here in our retriever trials. That's Stacy West, and the dog is Abby.
Here's a quick look at the Sport Dog Virtual Course. Mark 1 at 228, Mark 2 at 160, Mark 3 over there at 108. Swing back, load 3. Mark 4's coming in your face at 16 yards, and do not forget that blind at 300.
Score to get under. Steve, Eric, and Dory, 47 faults.
This team is smoking hot right now. I think she got to look at that one. Not sure. Yep, right at the very end. Steady as a rock. Swings nice with the gun.
Sit.
Saw that one. Load 3. He has 7 seconds to get all 3 shells in his gun, and then he will shoot this last and 4th bird 3 times.
Sit. Abby.
It's an amazing opportunity to have a dog that that can do a 391-yard poison bird and then be expected to sit still and watch the bird bounce at 10 yards out in front of them by herself. That was one of the reasons we made the effort to put Abby on the truck for the rest of her life, is because she has the line manners to sit still and watch that little short bird, but has enough go to get out there at 300-400 yards and do the work. So she's still a young dog, but wow, what an accomplishment to watch her for 2 days.
Well, up to today, all of Stacey West's appearances on the show have been with Rankin, his famous dog, but Abby's proven a great replacement this week.
Yeah, I tell you what, Rankin's been down with a little Nocardia infection over I guess they've been battling that about 6 or 8 months, but I know she's doing much, much better, and he's looking to get her back in Stuttgart. Once he gets both these dogs back and they're healthy, I mean, he's got 2 of the top 5 dogs arguably in the country. I mean, outstanding versatility.
Racked up a few faults on those first 2 birds there. 18 faults, got to keep it under 47 if they want to make the finals.
She's got that big right-hand bird left now.
Abby!
Big Loudon seeing 228 yards, not much wind, a little bit right to left. You notice he threw the grass in the air to try to pick up on any advantage he could get there. He wants to be sure that he puts his dog on the downwind side of this mark. She's got a pretty good line, but I know that he feels like he probably has a little bit more room than maybe what he does right now. 22 points, he needs to run this thing pretty clean.
I like that little slider whistle stop there. That is cool.
It's pretty unique. She turns her head and then the body follows. Hard-running little girl. Okay, he's got that big blind to go here. With a young dog, this has got to be nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Punch her into those woods.
Yeah.
This blind has become considerably less difficult than it was 3 or 4 dogs ago. The sun is really out and really lighting the woods up. Good initial line. There's that unique turnstile you like, Tommy.
Mm-hmm. You got about 18 faults to spend on this one.
He's keeping tight range. He's not going to let her go anywhere other than that tiny little corridor to get inside that little pocket there. Left back. One more should get it. You can actually see the blind where the sun is, a ray of sun is on it. There it is, shining like a diamond.
Good work and a good break together, and that means this team is in. Stacey West and Abby are going to make it to the finals. In fact, they get in 3rd place. So our field is set for the finals here. It's going to be Jazz and Rhodey Best, Jesse with Scott Baldwin, Abby with Stacey West, Donna Freeman and Gracie, and Bosco handled by Al Davis. We're going to have a barn burner of a final round, a brand new course, and a brand new set of challenges. We'll have that plus the final round of our big air competition next time on the Max Super Retriever Series. We'll see you then.